welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am the fifth member of the Green Squadron. Dooby Doo.
And I'm that horse who's gonna kick sand in your face, Sobroni.
Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. We talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. We're not your waifu because she's too busy eating Oguri's dust, literally.
For real.
How you doing, Oni?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Drew?
Baby, for those who do not know, at the time we are recording, it is 4:20. So the Taco Bell has been purchased, the edible has been digested, and I am feeling smooth. I'm very excited for a fun episode where we do what we do every week. Pinky, we're going to take over the world. The Pinky and the brain.
I was gonna say, if you is this how you celebrate Jesus? I was saying, you celebrate Jesus' birthday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not his birthday.
We ascending. It's well. Actually,
I mean, in a way, I guess.
Some theologians say that Jesus was born around the time he died. Like he's born sometime in the spring.
I guess that makes sense.
Oh yeah, everyone. Jesus' birthday is not the 25th. Like that. Like
oh yeah,
y'all
no,
ripped that. Y'all ripped that from a pagan holiday. Surprise. But yeah, so basically I'm feeling good. And I'm ready to talk about some anime. With that being said, let's hop in today's episode. And as always, we're gonna start off with our new segment this week in anime. I'm gonna go first. The news was not newsing. According to Anime News Network, Star Wars Vision's episode The Ninth Jedi gets limited series in 2026. I'm just gagged because I'm like, oh my god, you guys haven't finished yet? Like, is this like your new cash cow? Your new anime cash cow?
What, the Vision stuff?
Disney? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is volume... This is not even... Yeah, this is volume 3? I believe. Which is insane. And I think they're doing it based off of, like, one story that's gonna have, like, its own, like, plot.
Yeah, I think this was a more popular one or something, so it's gonna get its own spin-off or something.
Mm-hmm. Its own, and like the other series, it will have multiple studios working on each episode, or one studio working on each episode. We have someone from working with studio for one episode, someone working with Project Studio Q, Polygon Pictures, and David Productions, just to name a few. I feel bad. I'm just probably just like, why have I never watched this? Like, why?
Yeah, I've also not watched it.
Like, there's no reason why I haven't. I just haven't. But apparently, it's popular because they're just making more and like crazy. So it must be good.
Somebody's watching it.
Somebody is watching it. But yeah, that's my news. Yeah, for me, Oni.
Well, likewise, very dry news day for us. But Studio Kai has announced that they're animating Mistress Canon is Devilishly Easy, which is a popular manga series. I know it's popular because even someone like me who never reads manga has heard of this series. It's going to be released April 2026, so about a year from now. The manga centers on Canon, a demoness who has infiltrated human society as a high schooler to partake of delicious souls. She has her eyes set on one particular high school boy, but before she even gets a chance to do anything about it, she has already become his girlfriend. For Canon, who has never been in love before, the relationship is filled with nothing but new experiences.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is a very cute story. I think I read it a while ago, because it's a long-running series. I've heard people make the comparison to my what's the show? 100 Girlfriends. In terms of like the same type of comedy, it's like very over the top and
Ooh,
crazy and stuff. A little bit more etchy than 100 Girlfriends,
I
but
imagine that.
yeah,
She's giving succubus.
yeah. I love the character design though; looks really good.
I
So
agree. It's very
maybe
good.
keep an eye out for this next year. Who knows? Maybe we might end up covering it depending on that
Maybe.
season.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm
Looking
looking forward
forward.
to it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now that we're done with our news, or the what we
Lack thereof.
right news, quote unquote, it's time for our weekly reviews, and we're gonna start off with Musume.
I'm so proud about Uma Musume stands. You got this to number 1 on any
Yeah,
chart.
yeah, well, and well deserved.
hmm
Um, Yet another like it's crazy how I had no expectations for this anime,
hmm
and then I'm like, it potentially became my favorite of the season, which is
Low key.
crazy.
hmm
Um, so March 1, which I kind of expected.
Yeah, not a surprise.
Um,
She doesn't feel like she won.
right, it's yeah, she reminds me of you whenever you win anything ever.
Yeah. I didn't win by enough.
Exactly. Like, oh, well, you beat me, Oni. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna keep complaining how you almost beat me, even though I won. Like, yeah, very, very you coded.
Yeah.
Um. Also, I found it so funny the beast comment, which I guess puts a lot of things in perspective about this world,
hmm
where it was like, oh, this imprint mark was like made by like some kind of like beast, and in my mind, you know, the Musume girls, they're not completely beast, but they're beast like. So, but I guess they wouldn't even compare them. Like, I don't know, like that's how far apart they are
Yeah.
from being considered beast.
Yeah, they're more human like that. But although they do, I remember seeing somewhere like the Umas are like 5 times stronger and faster than the average human. So that makes sense. They are kind of beast like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, this thing was made by like a beast. I'm just like, yeah, because only someone with like that's like a beast had the strength to make an imprint like that. So yeah, that was just very, that was kind of funny, but kind of interesting.
hmm
Um, Also we learned that the mascot girl's actually rich, so at least she has a purpose.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, my family owns all these stores.
Like she's like, yeah, yeah, not even just like owns a store, a chain
hmm
of equipment stores. I was like, that's
They
kind of
own
crazy.
Foot Locker,
or
which is crazy that
I
she still
guess
has to pay for it.
would we call it a hoof locker
Yeah,
in this
Hoof
case?
Locker.
But yeah, that was interesting. And then she races against Norn and the other girls, and Norn was about to trip her up, but then she's literally left Norn in her dust.
hmm Yeah,
Like it
Norn
would have
got
been funny if Norn just kind of just stopped
wasted.
running altogether.
She should have at that point.
Right? That would have been so iconic.
Literally just
But
cleared
it's
the
so
dust and she
funny.
was like a mile away from her.
Right? Yeah. Um Oguri's post wind dance was very memorable. Very, very memorable. It's her dancing to just old Japanese
Traditional,
style
like,
traditional
yeah,
Japanese
festival
folklore
music.
music. Yeah.
hmm It was cute though. That's the point of the idol dance. It's supposed to be cute. You can't complain.
Cute. It was something. She looked cute while she did
I love how
ish.
Norn was
Her,
like, "Oh, I don't want to be cringy like her," and then she goes up and does the horrible dance. It's like, God, kill me now.
yeah, the way everyone like, yeah. Everyone was like, "Girl, what the fuck is that?" I can't wait to actually like see a proper one.
Yeah, maybe we will. I actually don't know if we get one in this series.
I want to see
Oh,
one for March. I don't know.
March
I
could
don't know
probably kill
why.
it. You know, she has the choreography and the moves.
Yeah, but I feel like I wouldn't like what she's giving me. I wouldn't like her flavor of
She'd
idol.
be too serious.
Serious, yeah.
Yeah,
Like unless she like goes like kind of lesbian route ish. If
maybe
she's like, I'm sounding cool, just like that. Hey girls, like, I wouldn't hate it.
it could work.
Mm. Speaking of, at the end of the episode, March and Oguri like they have a chat. It was less like angry. Like I thought she was gonna be like, yeah, Oguri, well, fuck you. Like, even though I won, like I thought she was gonna give like Oni, but
Yeah,
instead she was like, no, like what are you gonna do? Like she was like egging her on to be like, girl, be my rival, so I
yeah.
can
She was
like
like, "I
beat you
choose you as
properly.
my rival."
So yeah, kind of like that. Which you know, I'm sure Oguri is going to like accept. I don't know if we got like confirmation, but like she's probably gonna make a statement about it
Yeah,
next
they'll
episode. That like
probably compete
cement,
again.
mm-hmm, cement that rivalry. But yeah, so even for like an episode where like it wasn't like a huge turnaround, it was still like enjoyable. Oh, her being at the mall and her being like,
Oh
I
yeah,
want
being
to
all
eat,
cutesy.
and
Yeah,
then she
Ogre
wanted
is just a
to,
fun character in general.
yeah, for sure. She is much better than I thought she would be because it's such a serious anime. I thought she was going to be March.
They swap main characters.
They really did, and I'm kind of happy for that. Oh,
Me too.
so yeah, looking forward to that. All right, up next we have Fire Force episode 3. Um, so what's his face? Oh my god, I'm forgetting the Shinra and Joker kind of like break through the front door, and they're just like, "Hey, y'all, we'll give the captain back." Which I'm just like, you guys are like low key outnumbered or high key outnumbered, and that's not even. I'm not even talking about like the rest of the literal fire force. I'm talking about the people in this base.
Yeah, no, they're really outmatched. Not just outnumbered, but like outmatched by several people in the base. Just one on one.
Yeah, yeah, or some, and the gag is it's not even 1-on-1. It's 1-on-2. Burns is still
Hmm.
handling them. 1-on-3. Magnet Girl is just fine. I'm like, first of all, I can't wait how they explain like how like the fire turned into like electromagnetism.
Yeah, you know
Can't
what?
wait.
Avatar did it, so
What? Excuse
Avatar did it, so I guess it makes sense.
me.
Firebenders could shoot electricity.
That is true. Um. All right. Yeah, it's so interesting to whenever I hear the let me actually find his name. Can't keep calling him the black guy. But until I find his name, the black guy, and how
His
he
name is Black Adriel.
I got okay. The black uh Charon,
Mm.
Sharon, one of them girls. Charon really actually like kind of cares about Hamea. She And once again, we see her collecting the souls of the departed. And I
Yeah,
guess, like, I don't know what
fusing
that
them.
means.
I think she's
Like,
like fusing them into the moon or something, or the sun. I don't know.
yeah. Which is, it's causing, as the one dude would say, emotional damage,
Yes, she's in trouble. She's
among
in
other
pain at
things.
least.
Yeah. The standing up gag was fun. I would say out of the whole episode, that is the one thing that they really landed well this episode.
Yeah, I love that
From
it
art.
maintains a sense
Mhm.
of its sense of comedy even throughout the serious arcs.
Yeah, because and it was like they could have just left the joke at him, like kind of just getting hit. Um, yeah, just him getting hit or falling off the truck, and then they're just like, "Oh, he left," like, or "Oh, he fell off." Oh, it sucks. They could just ended it there, but they like that last like little jab,
Mm-hmm.
a little joke at the end, just like perfectly like that was such good execution. Where he says like, "Oh, he's like, oh well, I told him that he
Don't
should be
stand
sitting
up.
up." Right, even though in the tunnel he was saying the complete opposite. That was so fun. Like that was actually funny. Like I didn't.
And
Hmm?
mm,
I was gonna say I didn't expect like that humor moment. I didn't expect Hinawa to be
mhm.
like the driving force of that
Yeah, the
moment.
comedy.
Yeah, that
And
was
we don't know
really
where he
cool.
is either, so he can just
We
pop up.
don't know. Yeah, he's just gonna
I
pop up
am
at some
waiting for
point.
it. He's gonna pop up at the
Mm-hmm.
worst possible time and do some crazy shit.
Cannot wait. um. Okay. Oh, Tamaki did something for all of 5 seconds.
She was great. She did her
It was
job.
it meant nothing literally, but at least she's not dead. So let's celebrate that. Like
She won't die.
she won't die, but like she easily could have just gotten like smacked by a homegirl and just been out for the rest of the fight.
Well,
I feel like they would have done that in season one.
the good thing about Tamaki is she's not important enough to die for people to care if she died, so they're not gonna kill her. Maki maybe.
I know. Don't. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. My literal queen.
Mhm.
Please stay safe forever. Um. Yeah, you are 100% right. So, Maki, good luck. How much? Let's take a bet. How long do you think it's gonna take for Maki to like not get fucked up, or to get fucked up? Excuse me.
I think it's gonna get fucked up next episode. I think it's gonna be like they're
Yeah,
gonna
me too.
charge, yeah, and then she gets
Me
fucked
too.
up.
Yeah. So first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15.
I'd say 15 because I think it's gonna start with the Shinra fight and then go over to
Mm,
the other fight and then they'll get fucked up within like 5 minutes.
yeah. I'm thinking. I'm gonna say 10 just to be different.
Fair enough.
Um. Oh, and I totally forgot she's voiced by Aoi Yuki. Of course she is.
Of course.
Of course she is. Yes, looking forward to that episode when it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Till then, to move on to Lazarus, episode 3. Huh. First of all, shout out to the trans representation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, come on. Like, I feel like they handled it perfect. Like, that's literally how you do it. They just handled it perfectly. Like, it wasn't like they didn't linger on it too long. They didn't like kind of make like lingering jokes about it. It was just like he was like, "Oh yeah, I was Jerry, but I'm Jill now." And then he was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, cool. Like I like this for you." And then She's like, thanks. And they move on to the story. Like,
Yeah, and it was just regular story after that.
right, exactly. Lovely. It was lovely. I'm not saying we can't make anime about like, for like someone being trans is like part of, or trans identity is part of like the story. I'm not saying we can't do that. I'm just saying this, they did it in a very good way, and they chose for it to not be a lingering thing, but that's
Yeah,
still a good thing.
and I think it was cool that Axel and the other guy were just like, oh, okay, cool. Like they didn't make a whole, you know,
Right.
what you used to be Jerry, you can't change it, and like make that a whole subplot of the episode or something.
Right. And then we have this whole episode. We have to learn, like, we have to learn how to be okay with people being trans. I'm like, ugh.
Mm.
I'm like, let's not. um. But yeah, so that was nice. We also found out why Hadeen got kicked out of racism. I mean, got kicked out of school. It's because racism. Excuse me.
Yeah, kicked out of racism.
Got kicked out of racism. Yeah, he got kicked out of school because of racism,
Yeah,
which is, yep. I guess that's what happens when you punch
the
like your dean in
dean.
the face.
Yeah,
It's like, well, you could have. Which that's the only thing. I'm just like, so like he just had some kind of racist like takes about black people in the industry, and then you just punched him. I don't know how I felt about that.
I I
Cause
wanted
like
them to
I
elaborate more on it, but yeah.
right, like I want this is gonna sound fucked up, but like I needed a hint that like he like used like a slur or something, or said, or like called homeboy like a monkey or something. Like
Yeah, or like
I needed something
sabotage
to,
his work or something.
right. I need
Like, oh,
something
you
to
can't
really
be here.
land. I need something to really land to like
Mm-hmm.
envision the rage that led him to punch homeboy in the face.
Yeah.
But instead, this dude is like, I'm gonna say some kind of weird racist shit, da da da. And I'm like, if that, and no shade, if that was the case, white people would be getting punched every like black people would be getting fired more often because you'd just be punching like white people in the face for saying dumb shit
Wild
at
shit.
every right. Like we would all be out of jobs. So that's why I'm just like, I feel like they could have emphasized the
Mm-hmm.
discrimination aspect a little more in some way. I'm not saying they had to like. I'm not saying they have to go like the whole hard R or anything, but like there's other colorful ways to be racist. Lord knows, history has, people have discovered so many ways. So it's like you can
Mm-hmm.
pick one to just be like, oh yes, that's why he got punched. Yeah. What else? What else? Oh,
We
the
got to
scene
see
where,
Exo playing basketball.
yeah, it's where he apparently learned from playing NBA Street.
Yeah, I was like, so many fouls, so many. You can't do any of this.
Like at all. I'm just like, okay, like, cause like, why are you like holding the man in place while dribbling the ball, like
Yeah, I
with
mean, at
your,
this point, you might as well have just punched him in the face and
yeah,
then
you should
dunked.
just
Like,
right, you should just tripped him with your feet, jumped over him, and then dunked it. Like you can't literally jump on someone's back and dunk. I'm pretty sure that's like a foul as well. Um. So yeah, that was crazy. Um. Excuse me. Oh yeah, Leland wearing that outfit, like
that was wild. I want to
peak white
blend
man,
in.
peak white man, peak white man. I love it,
I
love
kind of
it.
wish they went a little bit harder on that. It almost felt kind of like old school like South Park or Team America or something. Like, here, this white guy, just draw a turban on him and put him in the Middle East. He'll blend in perfectly.
Yeah, I think you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I think they did a good job without making it kind of racist very fast.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and it was a fun chase scene. Like it was okay. It wasn't. Um. Oh, by the way, for the English dub, I'm not a fan of Elena's voice at all. Don't like it.
Which one's Selena? The blonde?
The the hacker.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't like her voice either. It sounds
No,
off.
it's like because I am a hacker girl who knows technology, I'm gonna sound like a robot. Like
Yeah, I don't really like it.
yeah, not at all. Like they're going down the whole like
She's too
robot-ish
monotone.
girl
Yeah,
trope. Yeah,
yeah, it didn't really work that well.
yeah. I think as like a hacker, hackers are more fun when they don't do that.
Yeah, make her like
Usually,
excited to hack. Make her be like, yeah, now I'm hacking into the. Make her more like Ed, actually.
yeah. I mean, we're all thinking it. We're
Hmm.
all thinking it. I'm just like Ed has set a very high precedence for like hacker trope, for the
Yeah,
hacker girl trope. So yeah. Um.
the whole second half of the episode was just an ad for baklava.
Yo. Because why did I? Because why did I have in my notes? I love baklava
Exactly, it worked on you. See,
because they talked about
they
it so much,
they
and I
talked
thought
about it so
about
much,
the
and then they animated the shit out of it when they showed it.
right, and also baklava is good. Just baklava
Yeah,
is just good as
it's good.
hell.
I want some baklava.
Yo, I had some like back in college, like my friend was dating someone who's like Eastern European, like Armenian, and
Mm-hmm.
like she brought us some of her like mom or grandma's babka, not babka, baklava.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was so good. Oh, that's literally all I think about. Like all I thought about this entire episode. Think about that one time I had baklava and I was like, this is amazing. I think I almost bought baklava today, or I saw it on a menu somewhere. I think when we got like brunch,
Mm-hmm.
I think they might have had baklava on the menu. I think.
Well, next time you should get some. Remember this
Yeah,
episode next time.
maybe I will. Also, through all of this, we find out that Homeboy is yeah, adopted by this lady, and yeah, his parents died, and yeah, we find out that he's Middle Eastern, or this makes him relatively Middle East. Like he looks like he's like the Middle East,
Yeah.
despite his name, and maybe that could be her name. I don't know where she's from, but yeah, it was okay. Like it was
It
it
was
was
alright.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's. I would argue it's the weakest episode.
Um. Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, they only are saved by the fact that they're like, hey, trans people, cool
Yeah.
moment.
The first part was way better than the second half.
I agree. All right. Up next we have My Hero Academia Illegals or Vigilante. Illegals just sounds racist. Jesus.
I was gonna say, yeah, don't be we're not gonna don't demonetize us now.
Episodes 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we know this
We
is the prequel to My Hero Academia. At least I do.
Yeah, it takes place like a while before Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm. We see all these heroes, all with all their quirks, and not missing any body parts.
It's wild. They're all full. It makes you realize how much shit they got from My Hero Academia.
Ugh,
I was like, oh my
god
god,
damn it!
Aizawa looks good.
Right, that's fuck. Hmm.
Can't wait for Mirko to show up and have all her limbs.
This bitch lost both legs and an arm. Jesus. Ooh. Um, so the main character, that is a that's a very interesting power to have. It's like it's like the acid girl, but worse because he can't throw acid.
It's literally just like I can glide along surfaces really at a steady pace. Although
Right.
it looks like he can,
Uh,
when he gets under duress, he can move quicker.
right. So I feel like they're gonna. I'm excited to see how they're gonna expound upon his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Cause yeah, I think he like was gliding up the wall, which I'm like, okay, that's kind of
Yeah, it
cool.
was very Spider-Man esque.
Yes, very Spider-Man. Him.
I do like that the
Excuse me.
whole theme of this one is like kind of the inverse of My Hero Academia, where it's like, man, they all have shitty powers or no powers.
Yep. Um.
Because Homegirl just jumps.
Yeah, she just jumps. Like she is very much like, girl, you cannot be in a fight. That
Yeah,
is
you
not
are.
your role.
She is the PR person.
Period. PR, info, all that stuff.
Mm,
Uh, and Knuckle Duster is just Batman, but a lot
literally,
more aggressive.
somehow.
Yeah, yeah, he's kind of like I'm like no shade. Like he's actually a vigilante I want taken off the street. Cause like
What?
yeah you literally can't go up and start punching people like that. Literally makes you a criminal.
he's he's trying to just. If you won't punch you, you show him your tongue.
Yeah, let's walk up to the guys. Let's punch him. Like, he literally
Mm.
gonna walk up to two middle schoolers and punch them both. And yes, they were like beating up on homeboy. I forgot what his
Koichi.
name is.
I think it's Koichi.
Koichi. Yeah, they really were beating up on him, and he was like, "Let me go punch them." And I'm just like, "Yes, he was beating up on Yoichi, but Yoichi's a bitch for starters, and then secondly, um, they're kids."
All right, so I wanted to say this. He is a bitch, but I kind of like him. I like him more than Deku.
um,
He just has more personality to him, I think.
true. Yeah, I guess. I guess I really like. I like Deku. That's like my problem. Like I actually really like
You
Deku as
like
a main character.
Deku, really? Mm.
Yeah, I like Deku.
I like him when
Oh,
he's being dorky. I don't like him when he's like serious mode, which he got too
oh.
much of later on in My Hero Academia.
Are you saying you don't like when he became Batman as well?
I liked the arc because the arc was really cool. Him just as a character, no, he was annoying. He was very emo. It's kind
Okay,
of like I like when Sasuke was in, going crazy and killing everybody, but as a character, he was still annoying because he was just emo.
that's fair. Okay, I don't know. I like Deku. I like that Deku's earnest. I think maybe because I like what constant maybe what makes me like him is not just the personality for Deku.
Hmm.
It's like I like the concept of his powers. I like how he uses them. I like his intellect. I just like that he's smart.
I mean, I don't hate Deku. Among the shonen protagonists, he's definitely in the upper half.
Okay.
Like, he's nowhere near as bad as, like, he's not Naruto.
Okay. As long well, okay, as long as that's established.
Yeah.
Um yeah, this dude, yeah, I think that's why I like him more than Deku cuz it's like despite Deku being Deku, even the first two seasons I'm just like he still has more balls than you. Just no, he doesn't. He doesn't. I think they're no, they're the same. I think I'm judging him a little more only because he has a quirk, and he's like
Maybe.
and he's like a little too stupid to use it correctly for now.
Also, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, I hope he keeps that as a name. I don't call him the Crawler.
You want to call him the crawler? You keep Mr. Nice Guy.
I prefer nice guy.
Mm,
Especially like even if when he becomes like more of a badass, like it'll feel like more like an oxymoron then.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for that. Also, I love how the drugs are happening. I'm just like, yep, these drugs, courtesy of All for One.
Hmm. I am curious to see how it ties. I don't think it's going to tie in,
Too
obviously
much,
to
yeah.
too much into My Hero Academia, but I am looking to see like some of the overlaps.
Yeah, like it's gonna be very as a vigilante anime should, it's gonna be very central to like just the area.
Yeah, it is lower stakes, which I don't mind. It's because it's still entertaining.
Me too. Even though uh, I don't know. I like and this is why I'm just like I can't fuck with KD because or Knuckle Duster. Doesn't call him KD.
Kevin Durant.
Um yeah, he picks a fight with Eraser for like I don't know, like no reason. He's just like, let's
And
just fight.
Eraser attacked them. He had to fight back.
No, like, see, this is the part where I'm just like, no, you're actually like, nice guy's actually cool. Jump girl, I forget what her name is.
Pop step.
Pop step, oh, that is cute. Pop step,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's like, there's no pop to your step, but okay, I can think too hard about it. Um, yeah, she, yeah, she seems like okay. Main character seems okay. Homeboy is like, oh no, you actually might have mental health issues.
I mean, obviously he's a little bit unstable, but that's what makes him
Yeah,
fun.
it does, and sometimes that's what makes him a little hot too.
Yeah, he has no regard for the law.
Listen, you know that crazy dick goes crazy, or so I've heard.
So I've
I
heard,
wouldn't know.
yeah.
Whereas I wouldn't know about such
So
things.
you understand my appeal for Yandres, I see.
um, see. The action sequences are really good. So I will say they're not as like punch, punch, punch. Well,
Hmm.
they are, but they aren't. Like I like the whole fighting with. Like the fight with Eraserhead and KD was pretty. That was cool. That's
I'm
cool
surprised that it has such good animation. Like, I think it's on par with the main series.
for sure. For sure. So yeah, I'm excited. My whistle has been wet.
There you go.
I say as I drink
Always
more
good when it
water.
can wet your whistle for the first two
Mm,
episodes of a show.
mm-hmm. All right. Up next we have season uh season 2 of Loser Ranger episode 2. So you know there's only 4 people in the squadron, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's a bit wild.
Or 4 that they know of. um I'm going to assume that most of them are stuck in this school.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like everyone is stuck in the school.
Yeah. Shion ends up on the red team, which is like ugh, but it makes sense. You know, the crazies working with the crazies.
Hmm.
We also find out that Red Ranger is kind of on to Fighter D because he sends Shion to like investigate the Green Squadron.
Hmm.
And baby, uh, Fighter D's not making it hard for him. Not in this episode. because he basically like he basically telegraphs to everyone like, "Hey, I never went to school because I don't know how school works."
Yeah, he doesn't really do a good.
Like
He was like that in
this is
season
the
one
worst,
too.
huh?
He was like that in season one too. He does a really bad job of hiding his identity.
Right, but like this is like really bad. Like this is like a bad trap for him to get caught in. Like the worst one for him to get caught in because literally everyone just is seeing how he doesn't know anything about school. Like literally the whole thing is like about society in
Mm-hmm.
school and not breaking laws. And there's some things that are just like common sense things, like not peeking on the girl's bathroom, obviously, not eating in the middle of class. Things are obvious to both of us,
Mm-hmm.
but not to him because he's literally an alien. Um, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Chidori is like, I don't know who you are, but you are not. I forgot what his name is. Not Sakamoto.
Um, fuck. It starts with an S.
It does start with an S. Sakurama.
Yeah,
So yeah, he definitely found out.
I feel like they're
Homegirl.
gonna find out and they're not gonna care.
It has to be. Well, it's when they're not gonna care. It's gonna be like when the like the Rangers did something crazy, like kill one of their own in front of them or something crazy like
That
that.
or it's like because they're Green Squad, they don't really fuck with the other Rangers like that. I mean, it seems like they're their own. There's only four of them, so it feels like they're their own separate thing
Well, four of them for now.
for now. But I mean, compared to how many Red Rangers there are,
Right. Right. Um, we found out that this illusion is called by a snake boss, which of course all the demons happen to be all similar looking to like the Chinese zodiac, which is just like I'm like, I know you felt like you had to do a theme, but like they're aliens. Why do they have a Chinese zodiac theme? Like that kind of annoyed me.
I'm
They
annoyed
just
that most of them are dead already.
I think five is enough.
I
I
want
think
to see
12
all
might
the
be a lot.
different. I wanted. If you're listen, no. If you're gonna do the Chinese zodiac theme, you fucking commit to it, and have all 12. You can't just be like the Chinese zodiac, but 10 of them are dead, so we only have two. No,
How
no.
about this? How about this? They have the five. We get to see in depth flashbacks of the others with their full designs.
Fine, I guess.
So I have
But
12 of them, and trying to kill the Rangers is a lot. That's a lot. Also, it
Demon
makes
Slayer
sense.
did it.
It's five. It's
Demon
five.
Slayer did it.
That's a different anime. Remember, he's trying to kill everybody. He's kind of trying to kill everyone. Demon Slayer wasn't fighting the demons and then fighting each other. And I feel like everyone's gonna be fighting everybody by the end of the series.
100%.
So yeah. Anything else? Oh yeah. It was the way Usakubo was like, "Oh yeah, you are homeschooled, right? You don't have to." I'm like, "Oh girl, oh, you're so smart, but so trusting." I feel
Yeah,
like she's gonna
I
get
do like her
killed.
though.
She's gonna get killed, and it's gonna hurt my heart actually, because
I
I
don't think
actually
she'll
like
get
her.
killed. I think she's important enough to not get killed. I think she's like the secondary love interest
Huh.
next to Yellow Ranger.
Which is exactly why they'll kill her. They're not gonna kill Yellow Ranger, but she'd be a really good target to kill. And then it's like, oh well, the other live rival's dead, so I guess I'm gonna end up with Blonde Girl. You know,
As long as they don't kill Hisui, who I absolutely love.
which one is Hisui?
The
Oh, the green hair one.
yeah.
Oh, girl, I don't know. That's very 50-50. I think she isn't. probably 50-50.
Yeah, I know, but she's so fucking cool. I love
Yeah,
her.
yeah, she's fun. I fucks with her.
Hmm.
Let's see. I think that's all I have to say about it. Although I will say, like the reality thing, them being trapped in the illusion, that's pretty cool. It's a cool concept.
It's a good setup. I like this
Yeah,
setup.
a
And
lot.
judging by the picture of the poster, I'm wondering if that's going to be the majority of this season.
Wait, let me see the. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
like the poster for this season is just them in a classroom. So I'm like, all right, so this is going to
well,
be like a
a
big
lot of
arc.
it. Yep.
Hmm.
It said, "Settle down, Buttercup. We stuck in here for a while."
Yeah.
All right. Right. We're skipping the I'm an evil galactic sword because we have popped all the episodes from last episode. I mean, from last week. If you want to catch our impressions of it, you can go to last week's episode. We talked about it in detail, so we're going to be skipping right along that. The funniest anime of the season so far, right, Oni?
Yes. The funniest.
And last but not least, I believe we have Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Episode 15.
Yay! She wasn't killed
Yeah, she
yet.
wasn't immediately executed. Hooray. Actually, it highlighted why Mamao did all she did because she wants to protect Xiaolon,
Hmm.
which was so sweet. Because poor Xiaolon was crying, even though at first it kind of pissed me off because I was like, no, it pissed me off when she was still crying, like after the initial scene where she drops the ice or causes the eunuch to drop the ice.
Hmm.
Like she was still crying after that, and I was like, "Bitch, can you stop crying?"
Well, she did once she gave her ice cream.
Right. No, she did when she was like, "Girl, it's time to make the ice cream. Start mixing. Like your
Mm,
literal life depends on it,
because it does.
because it does." I love that moment where Jinshi's like, "So why do you want to protect her? Why are you doing all this for her? You don't know her." And then Mama was like, "Is is this my friend?" like, like she is doing like it was a way she just talked around it so much. I was just like, ugh, eye roll. But yeah, I guess that's your thing, Mamo. You you're like, is this friend?
Hmm.
Also she makes ice cream. She makes ice cream and as Shazza Savior and Arthane for both being especially Savior being like, there's something weird about this scene. Ah, so shout out to you because I did watch it again. I think I probably still missed it, which is
Hmm.
okay. Um, but two things. One, who taught her how to make ice cream? Because I feel like I feel like at this time, it's not like a super common thing to know how to make. And she said she made it only once. I was like,
Yeah.
or she saw it being made only once and then replicated it perfectly. So I'm just like, huh. That raised the flag when she first said it. And also, which I feel like is even more obvious, I don't know. I still feel like Shisui is
A
like
spy.
yeah, some sort of spy, some sort of something. Yeah, for sure, 1,000%. She knows too much. She crept on them so easily. She was just like, "Oh, I heard the commotion, and you saw you guys, making the ice cream, even though it could easily be." I was following you guys, which is my job, and yeah, we're making ice cream. And also, who just like ditches work?
Yeah, she's definitely a spy or like something.
Like you can't just
Assassin maybe.
you can't just ditch work to eat ice cream in the rear palace. That's like I've never seen unless they're like of a certain position. Like
Mm.
the way like some of Zhao what's her name? Xiaolan and Jisui. From what I've heard or what I've seen so far, they just can't do that. So I was
Yeah.
like, that was weird.
It also goes along for a whole thing of like, oh, I know how to make connections with people in the,
Yeah.
fucking back garden or
Yeah,
whatever.
she just knows a lot of things.
Yeah, so she's definitely evil or some shit. But I also think that
Hmm.
the other consort that Mama was making the ice cream for is going to come into play because of that ice cream.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's gonna set something up.
Mm-hmm.
Because they always
Find me
refer to these
Mama, bring her
episodes.
here.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was interesting. In the second half, we learned that Gyokuyo just can't live life easy and have a safe, wonderful, healthy delivery. And no, of course, her baby is upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Which for people, if you don't know, that means the legs are gonna come out first, which is like super dangerous for the baby because baby can like choke on the umbilical cord.
Wouldn't you have to just do a C-section?
Yes, but like it's 1600s China. Is that what you said?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's like an incredibly risky surgery to perform. Like you can't. It's not like, haha, we're just gonna cut you open and suture you up, and like literally cut her open, suture her, and then be like, well, let's hope you don't die from sepsis or an infection,
Yeah,
and that's it.
point taken.
Oops, we cut too far, and now you're just bleeding out. Well, goodbye,
Bye
goodbye,
forever.
mother. Hope the baby also doesn't die as well.
Mm,
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. That's why the mortality rate for women is like was like high back in the
yeah.
day.
Oh yeah, no, childbirth was like incredibly dangerous
Dangerous.
in general.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, that happened. Also, Memo volunteers her father to help give birth, which was like, oh my god, that was so wild. Like, not a homecoming moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um. I'm surprised they agreed still. Like, but shout out to Gyokyo being like, I'm gonna do what's good, the best for me and my child.
Yeah, fuck
Don't
politics.
like, yeah. I'm like, I don't care. This person is is a criminal who is exiled. Nope. What are you like?
Mm,
Like what? If Mama says you're the best, you probably are, and he probably is. So yeah. Um. And then the whole joking about her being like, "Oh, how are you not like your dad at all?" Which I don't know. To me, was like that's such a interesting conversation to be had about like nature versus nurture. Because I
mm-hmm.
said during the live watch, like she's actually more like her biological father. Like if you have to compare
Oh
the
yeah,
two,
a
that
lot
like
more.
to a T.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was even like a theme in season one. So they're like, wow, you're very smart and calculating like a certain someone. So that was very interesting. So it was basically like his mind, but like her father's influence or her adopted father's influence, knowing things about like herbs and being a doctor and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like it's like the two had like a baby that was her. So it was like very interesting to see the nature versus nurture of it all. Very cool. But yeah, is that it? Oh, Jinshi. It was Jinshi being very smug about everything.
Yeah, his
He was
whole
like,
presence this
"Yep."
episode was just smug aura by the door.
It was funny. So because he knew that homegirl was gonna need he was gonna need his help essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just like, "Oh, I'm here." I love how it's like, the next time I say something, you don't interrupt, and I'm just like, oh, here we go, setting up the big reveal, which I hope
Mm-hmm.
is soon, sooner than
Yeah.
later.
By soon, you mean end of the season.
I don't want to do the
To
last
set up for season 3.
episode.
Or season 2's
Please
cliffhanger
don't
ending
let
is
it
going to
go.
be,
Please don't let it
I
go like
have to tell
literally
you
9
something.
episodes. Please, 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 please. Don't make me suffer. But yeah, but I think that's all I had to say about the episode. So, Oni, what about you?
That's pretty much it. It was a normal
Yeah,
setup episode. It's going to come to
yeah.
fruition next week or the week after.
I listen. This show, this anime. You better not kill Gyokuyo.
They
Do
might.
not touch her. Do not
They
touch her.
might.
I would be distraught. I would be distraught. Please don't do that. Thank you. But with that being said, oh, also by the way, Loser Rangers my episode of the week.
Oh, I forgot mine. Mine was let's go to Musume.
Sure. That being
Yes.
said, we are done with this week's episode. So Oni, if you be a dear and take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the White Force Podcast, make sure you like button and subscribe to catch every episode as it goes up each week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches, where this season we'll be watching Fire Force and Apothecary Diaries. So that sounds interesting to you. You know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Happy 420 to all those who celebrate /Easter.
Yes, I hope you all enjoyed your 420 Easter air horns go off. And on that note, this has been Sobroni and
Droovy Doo.
we'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.